to crisis, most of them of its own making. Since January, there has hardly been a single day when Americans could fall asleep confident their country is calm, safe, and in good hands. But tonight, unfortunately, we find ourselves on the brink of the gravest crisis yet. A total breakdown in the most basic functions in our society, in any society. Fire and police protection, hospitals, the military, schools, long-term care facilities for the elderly and the disabled, road maintenance, public transportation, food and freight delivery, air travel. All of these services, which are the hallmarks of a civilization, are rapidly degrading, and soon, thanks to the Biden White House, they may be completely paralyzed. Millions of Americans have been told to submit to Joe Biden's lunatic vaccine mandates or be summarily fired. For many of them, the deadline is tonight at midnight. Now, these are our country's essential workers. These are not lawyers and activists and cable news anchors. These are nurses and cops and Navy SEALs and pilots and air traffic controllers. These are the people you cannot run a country without, but soon we may be forced to anyway. In the state of Washington, thousands of cops, teachers, nurses, and bus drivers are about to be fired. It is not clear how the state of Washington will function once that happens. Joe Biden doesn't care. In Los Angeles, the city is looking at losing fully a quarter of its entire fire department in a single day. There is no precedent for that. People will die because of it. The LAPD is likely to lose many of its officers as well. So America's second largest city will plunge inevitably into chaos. Keep in mind, there is no public health justification for any of this. None. Instead, it is an assault on public health. Americans will lose their lives because of what Joe Biden is doing. It is the most unnatural disaster imaginable. Tomorrow, we believe there will be another major disruption of service at Southwest Airlines. Planes won't take off, and possibly at least one major air traffic control center as well. Employees there are not on strike. No, they're desperate to save their livelihoods from Biden's mandates. They are being fired from jobs they've spent their lives preparing for and in many cases truly love. Watch this video from persecuted Southwest employees and you can feel their sadness.
Say a prayer, turn the tide, dry your tears and wave goodbye. Step into a new day. We can rise up from the dust and walk away. We can dance upon the
Keep in mind that none of these people did anything wrong. They served faithfully through the pandemic and safely, and now they're being fired. One of those signs read, 16-year flight attendant, 36-year-old single mom, my Lord and Savior and my doctor are the only ones qualified to tell me what to put in my body. Well, she's absolutely right about that. Why is the administration hurting her? And in fact, hurting all of us. Imagine living in the city of Chicago tonight. It's a beautiful place. It's been under siege for more than a year by murderous criminal gangs. And now, the very last thing that Chicago needs. The city could lose half of its police force to vaccine mandates. It's a horrifying story. Fox's Matt Finn has the latest for us on it tonight. Hey, Matt.
Hi, Tucker. Right now, vaccine mandates in many U.S. cities could put millions of Americans at risk and force thousands of city employees out of work. It could all potentially lead to higher crime and unemployment. Across the United States tonight, city workers are trying to take a stand against vaccine mandates. The deadline here in Los Angeles and in Seattle is early next week. In Chicago, the deadline is in a matter of hours, midnight. City employees must enter their vaccine status into a city portal. The Chicago Police Union president estimates as much as half of the police force has not been vaccinated. That means thousands of officers face being let go in cities like Chicago with steep violent crime. The battle between Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot and the police union president is rapidly intensifying. A short while ago, a Cook County judge issued a temporary restraining order against the police union president, prohibiting him from publicly commenting anymore about the city's vaccine policy. The mayor claims that officers who do not comply with tonight's deadline will not be sent home this weekend, but Chicago police worry if they don't submit their vaccine status at some point very soon, they could be fired. Over the past week, I've talked to police sources here in Los Angeles, Seattle, and Chicago. One Chicago police officer said he does not care who's vaccinated. He just doesn't want to enter his personal health information into the city's portal. And a Los Angeles police officer tells me he is not against the vaccine. His family is vaccinated. He's healthy and fit and has done a personal health assessment, and he simply doesn't want to get the vaccine. Tucker.
And that's his right. Matt Finn, thanks so much. Good to see you tonight. And keep in mind, it's not just the police, it's the military. Hundreds of Navy SEALs, the estimate is, could soon lose their job. Thousands throughout the other services, Marine Corps, Air Force, Army, Navy. Can we afford that? At the state level, this is particularly painful. Entire counties in the state of Maine, for example, will lose paramedic services tonight because of a vaccine mandate. It takes effect at midnight.